It is our favorite time of the week again. Time for hashtag Rising Qs when we get to answer your questions. Saagar, what is up first?
Number one, what do we got? Okay, Rising Qs. The vaccine seemingly working. COVID numbers starting to decline. Does Congress drag out any and all relief and ultimately do nothing, claiming all is soon back to normal? Can we get back to work safely so there is no longer a need for stimulus? You're a smart
I like
man
the cynicism
there.
of this
You're
person.
You must watch this show. I get that. You're not wrong. Look, we said this earlier in the show this week, which is that Biden is moving very, very slow whenever it comes to actually delivering on any agenda. He's very likely only going to pass this one major legislation through reconciliation. And congratulations, you are now Barack Obama 2009. You delivered one major package. He's probably going to fail to deliver anything landmark in any other way because they're not actually interested in it. And by that time, look, everybody knows this. GDP spending, it's going to explode a year from now. So you're going to see, like, look, economy's great. I did what needed to be done with $1.9 trillion. Economy continues to bifurcate like this, and we're going to have bigger problems 10 years down the road.
Yeah, so the reconciliation bill is going to get through. That's actually going to happen in the coming days, is the expectation, because the unemployment programs run out in March, so they're under the gun on that one. That one is actually going to happen. Anything beyond that, we'll see. The fight right now is Bernie Sanders wants to move immediately into the next reconciliation, which would be a big infrastructure package. So number one, are they willing to move that quickly and violate some of the norms around how far you're supposed to space reconciliation packages out? What does the price tag look like? What are the details? So that's kind of the big question here.
Yeah, exactly. All right, what's up?
Next question. Anyone under the national radar either of you are excited about that gives you hope to potentially unseat a long-seated incumbent in the House or a Senate member in 2022, like Charles Booker here in Kentucky against Rand Paul? I love Charles Booker. I know him a little bit personally. I think, look, Kentucky statewide politics, very, very challenging to unseat, especially at the federal level. There is a Democratic governor there, so obviously it's possible to stay very, very challenging at the federal level, but I would be super excited for him to make a run at that. In Virginia, Lee Carter is an interesting candidate for governor, and that Virginia governor's race, I actually talked about it here before, that happens this year, so it's the first sort of canary in the coal mine for what politics are going to be like in the Biden years. Lee is a self-described socialist, but he represents one of these like blue, liberal, suburban, exurban Democratic districts. So he's an interesting candidate. Obviously, Nina Turner is very exciting. There's another one. So I'm looking at the race in Ohio. So far, the candidates for the Senate race there, not that excited about. Nobody is that amazing has jumped in that race yet, and it's going to take a really special candidate, I think, to be successful there. Wisconsin is one I would keep an eye on, though. You've got this billionaire, and we covered this with Ryan Grimm, this son of billionaire, Democratic donor, private equity dude, Mark Lazary. So his son, Alex, moved to the state and is running for Senate. We played some hilarious video of him being like, who knew Milwaukee had bars and restaurants? This is amazing. So there's that dude. And then there's a number of other candidates. The one that I'm sort of most curious about and interested in is Tom Nelson. He represents a Trump area of the state, and he's got that populist, like Sanders left type of ethos, but I think he's kind of a long shot in the primary. So that's one that maybe you should keep your eye on there. I think that's an interesting one.
I wish I had as much of an answer, but I'll give you a structural reason why. It's because all primaries that are happening right now within the Republican Party are all geared on what? What do you think, Krystal?
Stop the steal.
Stop the steal. It's all about stop the steal. It has nothing to do with policy. That's how Tea Party Josh Mandel is now a hero, down in Ohio. Maybe he'll win. We'll see exactly. And I see this all across the board. Look, there's nothing I'd like more than see Liz Cheney kick the hell out of Congress. But who is the person who's going to kick her out, right? Is it going to be somebody who's ideologically committed to a new direction? Or is it going to be somebody who's like, I stand with President Trump on the election was stolen? And I see this all the way down to the grassroots. That's where all of the energy is. That's where Trump himself is going to insert himself into the process. So I don't have any names for you because I am frankly just not interested in seeing a political movement which has the albatross of stop the steal around its neck, which will inherently limit it to never being a majoritarian movement. So the only person I'm actually excited about who's running in politics right now is Andrew Yang's campaign in New York, and I hope the guy wins.
That's going to be an interesting one to watch. All right, Saagar, last question.
Okay. what do you think about the Republican censures, and can they possibly rectify to survive the backlash? And that's what we just talked about here. No, I don't think that they can survive the backlash by and large. Some will. I think Adam Kinzinger will probably eke it out because he represents more of like a suburban, swingish type district. People who are from deep red states. I forget the guy's name from South Carolina. He's gone. Liz Cheney, gone. The senators will largely be fine because they have 6 years whenever they're in office, like Ben Sass and all them, even though he begged on his knees for the Trump endorsement in the primary. Interesting how that happened. Same thing with Romney. I think they'll all be okay. But the House ones, I think they're completely out.
Yeah. Very interesting. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll have more Rising for you later today.